Good morning, track fans! Yeah, good morning, everyone, and welcome to Sunday Slot Cast Sessions with me, Pete Brown, for the next hour or so. Yes, nice to have your company this morning. Good morning. Sorry, might be a bit loud. Who knows? Who knew? As he says, setting up his schniz in the background here. You know, we'll get there. We'll get there. We are on the march, as you can see. I'm massively on schedule as usual. Well, it's not too bad this morning for me, actually. What are we on? 4 minutes. 4 minutes ain't bad. Not too bad. I mean, imagine that. I'm on time all the time at work. So awesome show coming up for you guys today. So stay tuned for the whole lot. It's going to be mega, some good track focuses. And I loved it this week because you had some... we had some contribution from the track fans viewing collegiate, sending in little tracks, little things, little items. I'd have definitely missed. So do keep coming. Do keep them coming even. I can't even speak this morning. I had a shave. I think I've shaved all my wit off with me. Unbelievable. So what are you guys up to then? You had a good week in the slot car world? Have you been racing? Have you been tuning? Have you been scenery building? What have you been doing? Just hit me up in the comments and let me know. And while you're there, while you're doing that, hit the like button because it does help. Nice one. Thank you very much. And if you're not subscribed, do that as well. Smash the cowbell. Love it. Get the microphone somewhere where I might be able to hear myself. So it's been quite a busy week this week, hasn't it? God damn. There we go. That should be better. You should be able to hear my dulcet tones right now. What are we doing? Well, what I want to know is how Ruben and Andy got on last night at the banger stock. Car looks sick. We're going to have a look at the car a bit later. I'd love to know what's under the hood of that. Anyway, new to the... Oh, hello. Warren, good morning. New to the hobby, building a modular track. A track modular this week. Well, good news. I'd love to see some photos of that, my friend. And welcome to the hobby. Tell me, are you old and wrinkly like me? Are you been in it before and come back? Or are you like the boyish good looks slot car dude? I don't know how he maintains his looks at his age. I tell you, he's about 94. Still looks like the rest of us. He's brilliant. He never got out of it. So his collection is unbelievable. I mean, that's the way to do it, is it? Just get into it, don't get out of it, and you will have all of the cars that ever were. Amazing. Imagine it. Right. Nico, just jot down in the comments your address so we can pop round and check out your collection while you're not in. I love it. So, no, welcome aboard, Warren. It is a crazy place to be right now. It is a crazy place to be. So let's get into it. Going to start from 7:30 in the comments. So anyone who was pre 7:30, legends, your commitment has been noted. And I'll tell my grandkids the time and the date you were in before 7:30. You all know by now you get a couple of minutes grace on the start time. Although we'll talk about that a little bit later. So stay tuned. Right then, let's check it out. Okay, 7:30. Oh, look, well, it's not quite 7:30, but we'll start with it anyway. The sweepstake was on. You lost. It was 7:34. I checked it, 7:34. So there you go. I tell you what, right, William Hill, Ladbrokes, Coral, all of them, they go skint at the start of my show with the amount of open trading going on the sweepstake of how late Pedro might be. Anyway, let me distract you with a picture of a Scalextric car. Oh, BMW, please give it to me. Look at that. That is something else on the track. That is special. Video coming soon. Something I've not done before in a video, so that will be quite interesting. Still trying to record it around open times in my own garage. Every time I go to garage, there's someone in it. It is literally laughable. Whether it's 6 a.m., 6 p.m., midnight, 2 a.m. there is someone in my garage, one of my twin boys. It is driving me wild. Unfortunately for them though, I have the keys. We're going to lock them out. It's my garage. It's my track. It's my fun. It wouldn't be too bad if they were in there doing some laps, taking the dust off the track, but they're not. They're sitting around being teenagers. No need. Anyway, here we go. Steve-O. So, quick update on the memberships renewal, update, upgrade, 2.0, whatever you want to call it. What we're doing for those is I have memberships to my channel, so you can join the channel. Don't join it right now. Don't join it. Don't join it right now, because it'll seem weird if you join it and then get kicked out. So what I'm doing, Warren, just for your benefit, and anyone else who hasn't heard this over the last couple of weeks, to just remind you guys. So at the moment on the memberships, there's 3 tiers. I'm flattening them all, creating a new tier, £1. Everyone joins that who wants to support the young track fans in getting a few goodies at the UK Slot Car Festival next year. We are going to save up that money, most of that money, less some tax. And then when we get to the show, we're going to send out the bargain hunters. And trust me, we should just all give it to Mac. He can find a bargain like you wouldn't believe. He is literally up there in the best in the business at sniffing out a bargain. Amazing. So anyway, we're gonna go around, buy up a load of cars and sceneries and good, cool stuff. And we're going to issue it out to the young track fans, because, you know, there's not a lot of money in the young track fans, but these things cost a lot of money. You know, we appreciate that there's a kind of like a void in the middle of affordability. So we're going to try and bridge that gap and keep people enthused. So Warren, don't join the channel right now, because just to answer some questions from earlier in the WhatsApp groups, is Steve SPB on this channel right now on the screen. He is actually he's cancelled his membership, and then he's going to rejoin it tomorrow at the bottom, at the support young track fans tier, to see if he retains all of his membership information that he's collated since being a member of the channel. So what it boils down to is a few of the members on the channel have been members for over 2 years. You the men. Unbelievable support. Thank you very much, guys. Love you. So they want to keep that history. You know, they've got a lot of sort of accolades and things that you build up, like little rewards and points and stuff. They don't want to lose it. So we're just seeing if cancelling your membership and rejoining at a lower tier retains all that information. Happy days. So we'll find out by tomorrow if that works or not. And if it does, excellent. It's a case of cancel and rejoin. If I cancel that tier of membership, you all get whacked out. And if you don't retain that data, I want it on my conscience. So, so bear with. Steve-O is on it. Good morning, Rob. Good morning, Sue. How you doing? Good morning, Tara. Tara's kicking back this weekend. She was frantic last weekend, painting up all of the model figures, a little bit like Queenie. Lots and lots of farmers last week, because she had the farmer show in Lincoln this week, and saw pictures of it. I saw the news articles. She did well. She only got arrested once, and that was for just having good figures that were upsetting the rest of the figure suppliers. It was sort of a crime of jealousy. So that's where she's been for the latter half of the week, just sort of going through statements down the cop shop as to why she produces amazing models. Talking of which, if you're wondering what the hell she does, these figures, these models, why don't we take a little look at it now? And there we have it. Well done. Thank you, Tara. Great show. So we've had that now. And that's, Warren, that is what Tara does. And she does the best scenery, the best. So anyway, a quick thank you to Roberto. That's Roberto Robsale Slot Cars. Incidentally, the provider of the picture for today's thumbnail on the channel. So if you like that car, that Capri, then that was good. But look what has come home. So now this is this is important to me, this car. You'll never know. So this was sent to me. Sort of floated the idea that I liked the idea of it. I was going to buy it for Gaydon. Then I thought, no, discipline, financial discipline. Stop thinking about buying cars and get out of the debt helmet. So that's what I did. I said, nah, just sell it on. And anyway, Rob took that as a code name. Nah, I'm not having that. I'll send that to Pete. So Rob, thank you very much for sending me this car. And why is it important? Why is this car important? Because this car, for anyone who's not watched in a year and a half, this was a couple of years ago. Slot R, Davy Boy, was considering doing a Legends white kit build competition and then race, which kind of fizzled out towards the end of the year. But everyone was doing it. I was doing it. Doug and Ian were doing it. Slot R was doing it. And you had quite a few people doing it. Even Rahul in Canada was doing it. And this was the car that he built. It was his first white kit and his first car spray job. And unfortunately, the lighting isn't working in here that as good as I wanted it today. What's going on with it? It's like weird. Maybe I need a box or something there. But anyway, you can just make out it's got this kind of like two-tone kind of paint on it. And it looks sweet. But I'm just going to get down to the bottom here so you can see comments on it. Hang on. Did I see the man coming in? So I have that now. I have that piece of slot car history right here. So that treasured pride and place right next to the other Legends right here, which got a picture of the missus in the way. Get that out of the way. Yes, there you go. That competition fizzled because of the imminent. So it was 2 years ago. Yes, I'm on point with my timings. Long-term timings today, but the onslaught dementia is kicking in. Yes, there you go. Right, I think I heard. Yeah, of course it's that Legend. Yes, Rahul, good morning. That's right, I snaffled it. It is here in the museum. Cool. Just turn that heating down a bit. It's going to let warm in here now. Get little charm pits going on. But yeah, I've got that here now. That has been retrieved for, for storage. Okay, right. I'm not carrying on with the comments from 7:30 because it's like nearly 10 to. And to be honest with you, good morning. Good morning. Yeah, good on Rob. Yes, Rob. Good on you, mate. Because that is why I thought I would like the car, because I want to keep that little taste of slot car history in position, especially when there's video and reference to it as well. So just good morning to everyone, really. Chris, Steve, Slot R's in, Daz Hall, he's already been out around the lake. He's been looking for Guinevere, but she didn't present herself. Imagine like there's old Guinevere on, on the lake outside Camelot, like with the, don't get Excalibur coming up out of the water, the sword, like, what you get is, let's do it. What you get is like this. So Daz is walking, and then all of a sudden out of the lake goes, and then there's no a sword. There's literally a Legends Pioneer. So he has to wade in and try and pull it out. Will he do it? Who knows? Oh dear. We do like to mess around on this show. Oh, yeah. Anyone who's just tuning in thought they were coming to a serious slot car show. On you. Brilliant. Oh, my God. Well, I tell you what, right? Shout out to all the guys who are heading to or are waiting outside right now. North Staff's Slot Car Club. North Staff's Slot Car Club. You guys all racing the final leg of GT3 UK Championship Analog today. Oh, it's going to be ace. Janu said, do you want to give me a ring when I'm there? I was like, nah. What's the worst that could happen? So we'll wait for an after report, and then we'll bring the report next week, because next week we will know who's won the overall competition the whole year. I can't believe it's gone that quick. If you were in that competition at all, the GT3 competition, let us know how you got on and what you thought. Cheers, brother. It is exactly where it needs to be. It was good at Rob's place, but Rob has sort of gone a bit forward, bit mini lately, so you know it needed to be retrieved out of there quick. Yeah. Hello, Brad. You all right? Good morning, Bryce. Yes. Well, what do you mean? You just try and stay awake? Like, right? Let's make a mission of it. Eric made the mistake of saying that once about 2 years ago. The amount of money is spent on therapy from saying that comment, because all we do is we just shout out now and again, like, you make me excitable. Bryce, are you awake? Bryce. Oh, dear me. I know I can't speak this morning. What is going on? It's because I'll float the idea for you in a bit, and you'll get it. I don't want to steal my thunder too early in the show. That's right, DK Moon. You know it, don't you? That's why Rob was getting rid of it, you see, because it's not a GT40. Okay, let's should we go on with the show? Come on, let's go. We've got a lot to talk about this morning, believe it or not. I'd hate to shortchange you on a show or anything like that, you know. Right. That'll do. Get my boat race out of the way. Anyway, from the top of the show, you know what we do every week. We give some bigging up to the biggest, the baddest, the fastest, youngest track fans out there. Get in there. The future, the next generation. I'm so excited. And we got 3 new track fans this week. So let's kick it off. We'll save the best for the last, the new guys. And I'm just going to tell you now, they're all from the Welsh Valleys. I could see Rob scratching his head now, going, what do you mean there's more slot car people in Wales? Yes, there are, Rob. And then, you know, it's one of those adages, isn't it? When one set of slot car heads drop away, Mac, Jade, we miss you. If you ever come back, I'm not throwing this away. If you ever come back, you hit me up and we'll give you a run in online to get you going again, because they are 2 fantastic people, Mac and Jade. And they've parked the hobby business to care for family. You can't get a higher accolade than that in terms of what a guy, what a lady. So yeah. Anyway, with them now not being in the fold, we've got space for more Valley people to come in, and in they come. So let's do it from the top. Young Albert, young Wolf, good morning. Lewis, Eleanor, Liam, good morning. Ruben, Jack, Rowan, Lewis, Jacob and Orson, good morning. Jacob, Northampton, good morning. Mia in Canada, good morning. Eleanor, Benji and Jacob Edwards, good morning. Watching you kids. And Cameron and Leo, Charlotte, good morning. Mason, morning. Owen, Jack, who put them comments over the names of the young track fans? Get rid of that. Good morning, Jack. Good morning, George in Oxford. Good morning, Bailey. Good morning, Olivia. Good morning, George and Logan. Good morning, Emily and Sophia. Good morning, Jacob. And the youngest track fan at the moment, Raymond, my nephew, 3rd one, and still counting. Hang on, have we got Albert in the chat? Albert, are you watching yet, mate? What? Come on, wake up. Jeez, the youth of today got no stamina at all. Anyway, 3 young new track fans, all from Brecon over in Wales. Teddy, Maskin, and Archie. Now, Maskin is an interesting name. So I've not heard the name Maskin before. So I thought I'd Google that and just see what that was about. And it actually comes from Welsh. It was a Roman emperor from Welsh legend. Very, 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 very cool. Also associates its name with masonry. It's almost the same as, it's classed in the same bracket as mason, which is stonemasons or building masons. And I tell you, right, stonemasons, talent beyond. They're like Garth because they carry lumps of stone around all day. Fascinating name, Maskin. And I hope that I'm not murdering that and I'm actually saying that in the correct fashion. But anyway, you 3 young track fans, welcome aboard. Your relative, Robbie, he's a card, isn't he? He is a card. And if you want to know what a card is, go and ask him. It just means he's a bit of a live one. I tell you, a lovely fella with it, though. He is the guy that you want as an uncle and a relative, because if you need him, he will be there. The things that he is doing right now for Mrs. Williams, who's undergone some utterly biblical surgery, is incredible. And fair play to you for having to put up with Robbie, Mrs. Williams, put up with Robbie while you're trying to recover. I mean, seriously, on the best of days, trying to recover from what you've been through is tough stuff. But having to deal with him at the same time, I feel for you, love. Honestly, we've all met Robbie. No, I'm only joking, Robbie. You are doing a sterling job, mate. You keep it going. You're an absolute role model to the rest of us on what it means to be there for your loved one. So hat off to you, my friend. Top drawer. Give this guy some love in the chat. Oh, hang on a second. Is Andy in bed again? Should we just give him a ring just to double check? There's going to be a time in a year or 3 where we've got young Benji and Benjamin Jacob in the chat saying, Dad's got weekend off from going slot car racing. And yeah, he's still asleep. He's still asleep. Uncle Ian phoned me and told me to tell Pete on the telly that Dougie Boy's asleep. It's going to come. There's going to be a moment where you blink and you're going to be asleep. And it's going to be the best thing ever. Right, let's go. Okay, so quick little cheeky race coming up in a couple of weeks over at Southend Slot Car Club. Now, if I've got that wrong, someone hit me up. I'm sure Graham is from Southend. And there you go. But anyway, the Autumn Classic is coming. So you've got your classics and your polycar classes to be raced. There's a whole big brief about the race on Slot Forum. So sit out at the bottom of the screen, Slot Forum. Go and check that out. It's online. So type in Slot Forum and it'll pop up in your search and you can click that. Go to forums at the top bit on the bar there, the top bit next to where it says log in. Click forums. You don't have to log in. You can just go as a guest and then scroll down and down and down until you get to events. And then you'll find this in there. And man alive, there's a brief and a half. Graham, you have left no stone unturned on your brief. That was the biggest brief I've ever sort of skip read ever. So this is in a couple of weeks, 16th of November. And that is, I believe, probably going to be a Sunday. Just check the date on that for you guys while you're tucking into your breakfast. November 16th is a Sunday. It is a Sunday. So I might see about that one. Just got to work out the mileage. So, yeah, that is going to go on. Now, these guys, I've not been to their club, but I do know guys from that club, and they are as welcoming as they can be. So if you're new to the hobby, if Warren, if you're based down the south or where are you based actually, mate? Let us know. And see, Doug, he will come for you. Oh, dear. Yeah. Anyway, I've not been to the club is what I was saying, but they are a lovely bunch of fellas. You've got Graham, you've got Alan will be there and a few of the others, the Englishes. and they will help you in. You know, you can go and check it out, or you can go and race, depends on where you are in your journey. And yeah, it's going to be really good. I've not personally been to Southend yet. I've been to Southend. I used to live in Essex, of course, but I've not been to this slot car club. So I'm kind of tempted. Now, yeah, can you do that? Actually, sorry, Slot R's just put a comment in here saying his phone is set not to ring before 9 a.m. at weekends unless it's my parents. Can you actually do that? I didn't know you could do that. That sounds like the ideal thing I could have used 5 years ago when the kids were coming of age. Right, so Polycar, F1 GP and Le Mans are going to be at Southend in a few weeks. So save the date, get down there for that. Love it. Okay, so when, you know, there's some shots that are bigger than shot of the week. And I've seen this. I've had the privilege of actually seeing this building live in the flesh. And it is as tasty as it looks in this image on the screen right now. Absolutely phenomenal. Phenomenal. Phenomenon. I hope that's in your head all day now. Phenomenon. It's an amazing car, an amazing garage. Now, what it is it's a remix of the 3 stable buildings from Magnetic Racing, of course, magneticracing.com. Go there. If you like the look of this and you fancy it in your collection on your set, you can get one too. If you're not sure how to do it, Doug might throw in his website address, magneticracing.com, and you can all follow that after the show. Because while we're at the show, we're liking the liking business, the liking stuff and liking it. Oh, was that a little lead into hit the like button? That was shameless, I know. But look at what we got here. We got the Muscle in Munden Motor Co. Awesome. That is stunning, man. Stunning. Yeah, you can blush. And if you blush, you'll really notice it. What an awesome build, says Slot Car Dude Arena. We are blessed. Slot Car Dude's not coming and run off. He must be a public holiday in Austria at the moment. I've got to say to Nico as well, he's facilitated helping out Tony Tibbs this week. I started the ball rolling, but now they're working direct, and I love it because Tony was trying to get something from Portugal, but the supplier in Portugal, I mean, check this out. I've got to tell you, we'll come back to this image in a minute. The supplier in Portugal wouldn't deal with him. Wouldn't post him the goods because of Brexit. Unbelievable. I mean, people are still banging on about this 9 years later. Just get over it. We've dealt with it. But this company, I won't name them, wouldn't deal with him because he's English and he thinks everyone in England voted for Brexit. I can tell you they didn't. Anyway, by the by, Nico has facilitated the purchase from Austria and will be sending it to Tony Tibbs. Now, this is what I'm talking about, the community here, because he didn't need to do that. You know, he didn't need to do that at all. He'd actually asked somebody else within the community, another YouTuber. I'm not going to name and shame them, but he didn't want to do it. He just ignored Tony. And that's what real, community spirit's like. So what a balloon head. Anyway, like I said, I'm not going to name and shame him, but I thought that was a bit selfish. Could have it's a bit of postage, man. You can facilitate that. Anyway, Nico stood up. He's got shown his balls. He got balls like an Austrian. And he sorted out for Tony. So the left ball is talking to the right ball, and we got a right set in the middle. So fair play to you guys. So anyway, going back on point, old Slot R come up with this building here. One of the best builds ever, Dave. Yeah, I think, I don't know. I'm going to be controversial here, and Dave appreciates it because he knows I love this building. I like the building with the neon on it. The one that's closest to the edge of the track, the blue with the black sun facades, because I've been in architecture for 20 years. the structure of that building resonates kind of with me because of what it is in terms of architecture. Dave will get that. Where this building is hands down the best motor racing style building on his track. It is phenomenal, really, really good. And and there you go. The guys who flogged him it are now got building envy. See, look, Doug, you just got to practice, mate. If you practice, you'll get something out like this. Or just pay Slot R to do it for you. Looks like real cars in a real garage. That is exactly, I think, what Slot R was hoping to achieve. Somebody overtly saying, without prompting or coaching, that it's the realism is being captured. The realism. You know, you can see, if you look where the Chrysler word is, see where Chrysler is? And then in between the logo of Chrysler and the C, just above it, you've got dirt marks on the wall, you know, like oil wear, like you would get in a busy garage, kicking up exhaust fumes or whatever is going on in there. It's just been weathered to perfection to give in those little accents that you expect to see. Oh, there you go. Right, you can retire now, Slot R. You've had the biggest, highest accolade ever. And yep, that's right. Cheers, Nico. He's on it. Just needs a few Tara figs in there, for fig's sake. A few bent over the cars. Okay, kids show. Right then, Mr. D has spoken. Good morning, Steve-O. Here we go. We've got Mr. D slot drags racing on Friday the 17th. That, in my knowledge, is this Friday coming. So this Friday coming at Great Leys Hall. Oh, and that is mega. Okay, I will try and get a video sorted out. Yes, you're well reminded. So I'm up to speed with everything. Okay, video. Mr. D slot drag racing, Paul Blow's Cup. I was there. I'll see. Well, I didn't do the video, and actually, it's pretty cool. I handed the video. I set the video equipment up. Ruben was in charge of it because he's my co-host and he knows exactly what he's doing. He's a legend. And he then took it on himself to train up the other young track fans at the event. So the video that I'm going to produce and edit, I didn't make. So God knows what is going to come forth from that video. I'm actually silently looking forward to it. It's going to be hilarious. Sort of 8, 9, 10-year-olds making the next video. What's the worst that could happen, right? So that's going to be fun. No, and hopefully I can bring you a little snapshot of what you can expect this Friday coming over at Great Leys in Essex. It's a CM postcode, Charlie Mike. And yeah, good luck on that one, Steve. Okay. Right, you guys are motoring the chat. This is excellent work. I'll tell you what, since we're having a look at this little cheeky building here, which is from magneticracing.com, it does kind of lead me nicely into maybe, just maybe, treating you guys at magneticracing.com and throwing up the video. Come on, let's do it. Awesome, like it says on the screen. Thank you very much, Ian and Doug and Timmy, for just coming up with some awesome schniz all the time. Awesome stuff. Right then. So if you are about today in the Leeds up north, and see, it's not a southern show here. It's not all about London and Essex and Berkshire and whatever have you. It's about the country, the world. We've got a global show. Yes, Daz, your Dunlop stand. It's the start of the championship season, says Steve D, Mr. D, Slot Drag Racing. You can find him in a heartbeat on Facebook if you're interested. Great Leeds Sports Centre. But more pressing, things happening today up north. So semi up north, you've got the GT3 Championships at North Staffs Slot Car Club. Get up there if you're interested. It is the final. So you're not ever going to win the championship if you're bowling in there today as a guest, but you are going to set yourself up to see what you've got to do for next year. And those guys racing have done all the circuit this year. Well done to you for sticking it out, and good luck to you for today. If you're not there, and if you are pondering on something for next year or later in the year, one-off event, a little bit like what we saw going on in Southend on November 16th, then I applaud you to head to the Leeds Northern Swap Meet. It's an NSCC gig. The North. Come on. I keep saying the Northampton. It's the. It's the National Scalextric Collectors Club, the NSCC. They run some gigs around the country. This is the Leeds leg, and they've got all sorts of bargains there. You get bargains, I tell you. Like where you want a controller, you want some NSR or some Thunder slots or some BRM cars that to buy brand new, 100 quid. 90, 100 quid easy. If you want to get them for 60, 70 quid, you've got to go to the swap meets because that's where you pick up bargains. So that is well worth a look. And if you've not been to a swap meet before as well, what an experience. I applaud you to get there early doors, get in the queue, because you're going to need to queue up to get A, the collectible club car, B, to get the deals, or C, to start growing your network and meet some people while you're there. You cannot help but not talk to people in the queue. It's even if you're an introvert and you don't really break the ice and speak to other people, trust me, you get someone like Mac in there, you get someone like Daz in there, you get someone like Rob in there, you get someone like Steve in there, or Mark in there, or whoever in there, and they'll chat to you because they're really friendly guys, and they're like, love the hobby, and they'll chat, and they're like, oh, are you collecting anything, or is this your first show, and have you traveled far, and you having a good night, and what's your name, and and all of that. So you can meet people, and and it's quite cool. And they can give you warnings about what to do and what not to do, like tune in here on a Sunday. It's really good. I've yet to go to a Northern swap meet, that's for sure. But the Leeds one I have on authority, is a pretty good place to be. Yeah, it's going to be the last. So Nico's asking, when is the most coveted car of the year coming out? The Volvo 850 BTCC. Yeah, get out right. Is when will it be out? It will probably be out on December the 23rd, just in time for us to panic buy for Christmas. So I will keep you posted on that. I've already asked them about when the Volvo 850 police car is going to be out, of course. Sticking my flag in the ground for that one. And they've told me it's due for Q4, which by my watch is about now. October, November, December, Q4. It's soon, Nico. It's soon. And and now as I cover Margate, conveniently is in my territory at work. And even more conveniently, I just figured out this week that the best business for my new business is on the coast. I won't bore you with the details of it all, but because of all of the seawater, it means you have to spend more money on the products, because the products that you need and more money. That's as technical as I'm going to get on this show. So I actually have a valid and good reason to be around seasides at work. And I do cover the CT postcode, which is the Canterbury postcode that Margate falls within. So I've got a feeling you're going to be seeing a lot more of me soon, Scalextric. Lock up your special prototypes, lock up your slot cars. Well, to be fair, I'm not that bad, actually. You can show me something and say confidence on that one, Peter, and I won't relay it. I am not the news. So there, yeah, I'm not the news. Get up there, get a deal. It's a good deal you're going to get. Right, okay, so new feature. I've sort of floated it the last couple of weeks, but I thought I'd cement it in because half the idea of the show is, visually capsulating, what you can do, what is possible, giving you ideas from other parts of the world, showing you things that are just drop dead gorgeous, ultimately. You might have seen it, you might not have seen it. I always mused at myself because the guys who do the news used to say to me, oh, yeah, people complain about the news and the way I do it. And they go, oh, we've seen all this on Facebook already. And I would always be in the camp that, no, keep doing that because I don't go on Facebook or Instagram. You all know my feelings about that because I ain't got time for it ultimately, but there's the other side of it, the sinister side of the algorithm. I just don't get it. I just don't like what it's doing to the kids. I don't like, even actually adults. I don't like what it's doing to adults. And anyway, I've lost my train of thought. Totally lost. Oh yeah, that's right. The news. So I'm like, yeah, just keep doing it because you guys go around and collate all of those bits of news information from all of the different websites out there, that Slot It, NSR, Scalextric, even the scenery news, like you got Magnetic Racing, you got the New Kids on the Block, the Green Room Extra, sorry, the Racing Room Extra. And I didn't have time to go around it all, especially with the new job. So, but these guys doing a quick roundup and giving me a 10-minute bulletin twice a week, I get my hit and I feel like I'm still connected. So it works for me. Anyway, so a new feature for me on the show is what is the Wheeler Dealer up to this week? The Wheeler Dealer being Steve-O! That's just a thing we have between us right there. Steve-O! He is the hobbies wheeler dealer, as you know. So if you want something for wheel, you've got to see the Wheeler Dealer. He's got the wheels, I'm telling you. And just to share with you literally how good these wheels look on cars, because the thing I like about Steve at Staff's Slot Cars UK is that he's constantly on the prowl for good images. I mean, he is like literally an image bank. Birmingham Library, the biggest image bank library in Europe, has got nothing on this guy. Credible. So check this out. That, yeah, it is. Yeah. So just talking about that Volvo 850, it is their biggest pre-sale ever. So does that mean we're going to have a whole load of Volvos coming out soon? Someone's got to redo a Volvo and make it a Hearst, like the Ghostbusters car. That is the thing. Has anyone actually, have we had a Ghostbusters car? Scalextric, I've just got your next film and TV car, Ghostbusters. Come on, we can do a lot with that. Ghostbusters and maybe a RoboCop from the 80s. Do a RoboCop car. They've got that car that scuffs the basement as it drives up the hill. That's how she sussed out it was Murphy, wasn't it? Because when RoboCop jumps in the car, let's go fight crime, and it scuffs the ramp on the way out of the basement of the cop shop. And she's like, Murphy used to do that. So there you go. 2 new ideas for you there, Scalo. What's it here? Volvo 145 wagon was fastest on our Canyon course. The Opel Kadett second, Golf third. Nice, Brads. Nice. We'll use them Volvos for a crash video to test out their structural prowess. Oh, I cannot wait to see that, Fox and Walls. That's going to be a good watch. A good watch. I'm still yet to watch the HO video as well. Apparently, Fox and Walls have got a HO setup. Now, what have they done with it is up to you to go and find out on their channel, Slightly Mad Slot Cars. Great pair of guys they are. The Volvo will sell out, and I reckon we'll get a second production run. I hope it does. I hope it does. I think it's time Scalextric got a viral car. It is. What was last year's viral? What was the last viral Scalextric car? That's a great question, everyone. Does anyone know what the last viral car from Scalextric was? Hit me up in the chat, because while I'm chatting away, I haven't got the brain processing power to actually think about that. Crazy. But a lot of love. Doug's saying he wants a Volvo 340. There's always one. You know that meme where you got the three kids in a row and two of them are holding up the fish like this and the last one's got the fish in his mouth? That's Doug. Staff's wheels. Yeah, let's have another look. Boom. There it is. Beautiful. So well done, Staffs. He is always on the R&D as well, the research and development, bringing out new concepts and ideas. I mean, you think you'd be limited, right, with the old wheels. Next thing is going to do a deal with Venom. He's going to do a Venom range of rims, isn't he? So anyway, if you thought that was good, oh, mate, this is going to make Rob Sale bulk now. That means be sick in other parts of the world. Look at this, because I know that Rob had this car and then he shifted it out. I bet he's gutted now when he sees the difference a good set of wheels makes to a box fresh car. Wow. Check it out. What? This is right up my street. Look at those deep dishes. We'll probably get Steve wake up in a minute and join the chat since we're talking about him. And he'll watch it back and he'll have missed it all. They made a Ghostbusters in HO. Oh, what? And I missed that? Damn. Yeah, so thank you very much. Steve is killing it again. That's right, Nico. The wheeler dealer is on the rampage. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I call eye candy. For us slot nerds, this is a beautiful car anyway. And but those wheels set it off. Oh, it's stunning. See, I love it. We're getting up to about the hour mark, coming up for the hour mark. What we'll get some people getting antsy in a minute going, where's track focus? Give me track focus. Don't worry, everyone. Track focus is coming. We've got a nice session today. I think we've got about 5 tracks to have a look at. It's cool. But in the meantime, we've got a show to get on with. So it's important that we cover other bits and bobs. If you ever want anything covering on the show, by the way, something that's sort of niggling you or something that you did that was exceptional, you want to share it, let me know. Gladly whack it on the show and we'll talk through it. And also, like a few people have been doing, if you want to send in some track links or you've seen a track that's smoking hot, you can do that. My email address is pete5brown77@gmail.com. Write it down. Don't write it in the chat, please, because the bots will go viral on it. But in the said word, there it is. That Porsche looks incredible. Bryce is still awake. Wow. I thought best not wind him up because, you know, he might have sloped off into his eyelids. Fair play to you, Bryce. Because it is massively late at night right now where he is. Super late. Okay, moving on. What was the last Slot-It car you bought? Talk to me about Slot-It car. And I find Slot-It, so, you know, Scalextric and Carrera and to an extent Scale Auto home series are great cars for home, entry level, out of the box, some light racing. You know, there are clubs out there that do out of the box Scalextric racing. More than likely on a plastic track, to be fair, is where it's more complemented just because of how they come out of the box, tires and stuff. So, and then you've got like a sort of what I call, we do take them professionally, Slot-Its, but it is the affordable end of the race spectrum for cars. And so this catch-22, isn't it? If you buy So yeah, let us know about your slotted car while I just talk about this, because this is the sort of bit that people miss. So they'll buy a slotted car, let's just say £65, maybe 70 because of inflation. Cheers, governments. There. Because they're all a pack of merchants. So you look, 65 quid for a car, but then when you sort of upgrade the tires and you do a little bit of tuning stuff to it, yeah, you're nosing that up to about £80. Whereas if you go for a swap meet and you get yourself a bargain NSR or something like that, you get that for £80. And that already comes with some good tires and it comes with quite a good race spec already. So that's the dilemma. It's sort of, I think you buy a car ultimately, if you just sort of like me, you do some racing now and again. I haven't been racing in a good couple of months. I'm just taking a break from it. Nothing in it. I still love it. Everyone at the club, I still love it. I just need to step back a minute and sort it out. I'll elaborate when I come back in the next couple of weeks. And but by the by, so last slot it I bought was probably a polycar BRM. Yeah, here it is. Was this one. And it's not even a slot it, it's a polycar. That's a bad example. Damn it being in the same. Yeah, anyway, let's just have a look at the BRM polycar anyway, before I get cancelled for saying this is a slot it and it's a polycar. It is a nice bit of kit, very nice bit of kit. Thank you to Road Tramp Stu. We did a little bit of a swap out with the same car. Anyway, Lancias, eh? Oh, lovely. There it is. Daz is shaking in anticipation. Right, now we're talking. Here we go. Oh, what? I thought you got rid of that Porsche. See, there you go. Beautiful wheels, isn't it? Hey, that is not a Ford and it's not a Mini Rob. It's got to go. Show it the door. Janu, there he is. How you doing, my man? So Janu is up there right now doing a race test. Good morning, my friend. So the last slot it does bought, and we featured it on this show a couple of weeks ago, was the 767B and the Ferrari 512M last month. Beautiful, beautiful cars. They are so nice. A Group C Nissan 390 or Nissan. So the Americans, they pronounce this Nissan. It's weird when you pronounce it Nissan. And then that you hear it pronounced a different way, like knee. I can't even do it because my lips go up when I say ni, not knee. Knee. It's a different facial position. Knee. So I'm like that guy in it. What's his name? Crichton off of Red Dwarf, trying to say the word smeg. Shmee. He can't say it because he's programmed not to say it. So me trying to say Nissan. There's one for a Christmas party. English people who used to say Nissan, trying to say it in an American accent, saying Nissan. I can't pronounce it. It's really weird. That's quite funny. And yep, GT40 for Lee was the last slot it I bought. Nice. Slot it, might go wash my hair for a bit. Okay, well, that will take a while because you've got long hair, everyone. And Group C Martini, that's him, Dave. Yeah. Well, Dave's gonna do it, and you're gonna watch Rob. And just for those that don't know, Rob is bold. He's like the walking solar panel, everyone. So Bryce just bought himself a second-hand Fina livery McLaren F1 GTR. All right, go on, hop up. Get up there. Go on. Sorry, my dog's just walked in and he's being pratted. Come on, up you get. Oh. Sorry about that. The dog will start. His son's there looking at the couch because he wants a leg up. And then if he doesn't get his way, he'll just sit there growling and barking at it. And I'm just like, nah, for the sake of it, just give them a head up. Right, anyway, where were we? We're talking about slotted cars, of course. Dreadful things, not worth the money. Don't start the debate. Don't start the debate. I think races sideways give you so much more, though. Interesting. Right, guess what next week's question will be? It will be remarkably like this one, but it might say sideways. And Nissan Mark Scafe's Bathurst winner, 93. Yeah, nice. Did you get that from the swap meet that we saw you at the recently? So he's got a Nissan white kit at the same time. Ooh, are you going to do a video painting it up by chance, Fox and Walls? Okay, if Polycar counts as well, I got a Ferrari F40 Polycar. Nice for the BRM class. Beautiful. Which one did you get? Was it the blue one? Was it the red and green one? There's quite a few out there, you see. Knights who say... One of the few words Americans pronounce correctly. Yes, that's right. Try and say aluminium or aluminum. What is it? It's hilarious because if you watch Breaking Bad, they use aluminum in their process. And I'm like, aluminium. It's hilarious. Yeah, you got Rob's share. But to be fair, Dave, I think even his share is on the way out right now, isn't it? This is the problem that we have when we grow old. We have to deal with gravity. Everything starts to sag. It's where the term moobs come from. That's men boobs. And also hair falls out or just disappears like Rob's did. I think you've got to get to a stage where there's no amount of salvage you can do. You just got to roll with it. You got to rock the bold look. You got to go Sinead O'Connor. You got to go there. Rest in peace, Sinead. What a singer she was. Oh, Sinead O'Connor, I tell you. I'm not going to break into karaoke. I'll save you. But saved by Paul, who's just letting us know he bought the Carrera F1 Go cars. Merck and McLaren are still waiting for the Scalextric Le Mans stuff to come out. Yeah, come on, Scaly. Got fans waiting. Solder? What? Solder Rob's head? We're not soldering Rob's head. We'll go down by the RSPCA. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I'm just making sure it's the cruelty to animals one, not the cruelty to children one, I'm saying. Right, so the last slotted car. Okay, well, if you're splitting hairs and getting rid of that one, that poly car, the last slotted car I brought, which is really bad that I have to rack my brains to think about this, I'm going to probably say was... yes, and I've got it here as well. No, I haven't got it here. It's in my race box, but it's the Finding Nemo slotted Oreca, which is a prototype style car. You know, similar sort of, prototype style car, similar to these. That actually is the Scalextric Cadillac. Just trying to get a grip of it. Beautiful bit of kit that. I love the way the gold blends to the black. Yeah, it's giving me an idea actually. Yes, very nice indeed. So that was the last slotted I bought, I think. Dave Switter, Rob swims like a house brick. Okay, talking about beautiful cars. So NSR have launched and released a couple of new cars. I think it's nice to give balance to the show and bring out, we talk about lots of the top brands and lots of top news and whatever else is topical and current affairs. This has probably been talked about, but it's what I snooped out and had a look at. I did the fatal thing. I went on the slot car shop's website and I punched in the new cars and I had a look at what's available. And this one, amongst a few others, popped up. It's the Formula One. It's the Formula 22 to 26 Silver Arrow 63 number. Stunning bit of kit. Now, NSR F1 cars are modern engineering. It's the easiest way to describe it, really, because it's beautiful. It's beautiful. The gearing, the motor, the setup. It is just like driving butter. It is so good, so fast, and it's not a car for beginners. Okay, you can buy the car, you can race it on your track, happy days, but you will need to do a little bit of work to the car just to get it to be as nice as it can be. And you might get lucky. You might open it out of the box. It might run. You might feel it's good. But just a little bit of tweaking, you'll get it to run so nice. And the one thing about NSR is they don't half do a good car job, a good spray job, a paint job on a car. So I've got a feeling that this will be mega, mega popular. What do you think about the old F1 cars? Are these in your kind of collection? Do you do these? How does that work for you guys? I'm sort of hit and miss with F1. You all know my feelings about it. I like driving them, and but I don't like repairing them. I had some bad experiences before where I just couldn't put them back together again. It's the finicky bits on the front wheel where you just try and balance those little wiry bits and then try and get your wheel in the little groove and then try and put the nose cone on and then try and get it like this. Oh, it's just too finicky. I'll pay someone to do it. That's right. Meh, he says. Meh, says Robber. Very nice, says Doug. Very nice indeed. Yeah, I thought so. Now, if you like F1, then, if this is your bag, well done. And if you wanted to try and stretch your legs on the track, I do know a little gig that's coming up in December. So we've got the 2025 NSR British Grand Prix, sponsored by NSR and the UK's very own Gauge Master. Excuse me. Now, they're doing two styles of race. You're doing the 22 cars and you're doing the test, 86 to 89. So two races, the 86 to 89 or the 22. So by my reckoning, if you get one of these, you can race it, baby. In this race, which is going on over in Scalextric. I hope I pronounced that right. I'll tell you what, man, my Welsh is starting to get rusty. So I did live, a little known fact, on Anglesey. I lived in Anglesey, northwest Wales, like proper North Wales. Like they still speak Welsh there to this day. And I lived there actually twice, not once, but twice I lived there. Yeah, I lived there when I was young. And then I lived there and I did my first year of secondary school, or high school, as you call it over the pond, in Holyhead, which is where you go to get the ferry to go to Ireland. If you're going on the boat, it takes about like mega amount of time. I don't know why. So, yeah, so I got skin in the game with that. So if I'm pronouncing things, it is a good effort. Thank you very much, Daz. Yes, what he said. Well, track fans, we've been going for about an hour now. So if you like what you're watching, then hit the thumbs up, smash the cowbell, and why not subscribe as well? Cheers, Daz. Thank you, mate. Beautiful cars for sure, but I prefer 60s to 80s. Well, Brad, you need to get along to one of the F1 meets. So you could do an F1 meet at the UKSF Slot Car Festival. there are some stuff going on. So I know Rockingham do one, I know Wolves do one, I know Southend does one, I know some guys up north do one, and they do the 60s, 70s, 80s F1 cars in the periods. So if you want to drive the Tyrrell 6-wheeler, you're looking at the, what was that? Was that early 70s, late 60s or early 70s? I don't know. I'm still trying to retro learn motor history, and it is pointless. I'm generally learning them as the car turns up, and then someone like Rob Sale or Slotter, someone really brainy and knowledgeable, does the history on it, and then I watch that and I go, yeah, I feel like I know about it now. So keep that going, please, guys. And if you do want to have a race, you can get down there and have a go on the track. I'm not sure what track they've got at Clondris. Maybe it'll say. No, it doesn't. I wonder what track they've got down there. Is it a setup on the day polycar style track or Ninko, or is it a static wood routed track that's well broken in, well rubbered up, and generally are pretty good for a go? Because it would be useful to know that, because the car setup, the way you tune the car, is slightly different for each surface. And that, I think that's important to know if you're going racing. But if you're going racing for the first time, you're going down there and you've got your slotted, your NSR, your whatever car you're going to race, for that particular race, it's obviously an NSR branded categories. But for, say, if we had to look at the other event here that I spoke of earlier in the week, this is going to be a slotted classics, I would imagine, possibly NSR, maybe, don't know. No, actually, it's a slotted classics, and then the polycar afternoon. So you can have that's a specific style as well. So yeah, there you go. Get down there. Clandriston is only 10 miles away from me, says Rob. Oh, hello. We'll go down there, Rob. You drive 500 miles a day at work, so 10 miles is literally like walking to the shop for everyone else, the corner shop. So get down there, go and have a look at it, have a sniff around. Steve, who's running the place, literally salt of the earth. He is a big ambassador for the hobby. He will probably enter you, lend you a car and a controller, and have you be racing before your feet even touch the floor. But he's like proper racer. He come over to me last year, or the year last year it was, at the Wales and West that we had a chat at over in Oxford, and he said, look what I'm working on. He had like a little pot, a little dustbin pot, which trying to find something of relative size. Can never find anything around there when you want it. Aha, found something. All right, so a little pot about this big. This is the oil that I use for tires. To put a bit of oil on your tires, like this. Rub the oil into your tires, and it stops them perishing. It stops them eroding. It just gives them nourishment. So anyway, Steve showed me a pot about this big. It's like red, circular, and all right, yeah. And he opens it up, and he's got some tires in there. Basically, what he's done is he's created a heater on it, and he heats his tires up. So when he comes to race, his tires are very soft. He's the man. He's a genius. So yeah, Rob, go down there. I know you won't be buying anything down there, mate. You won't be buying anything down there. I may go, but it's the week after Gate. I may have to win Sue back when she sees what I bought the previous week. So reading between the lines, does that mean you're coming up to Gaydon on your own? Is Sue not coming? Well, if Sue's not coming, who's buying everyone coffee? You got to read between the lines here. We're going to be dehydrated. If Sue's not coming, sort out the coffee run. I'm going to have to do it myself. Rob, tell Sue to send me the list of who has what, and I'll sort it this time. No, I'm only joking. Well done, Sue. Getting out of a massively long drive to go up, watch your fella, spend all of the money and the pension, and then drive back in silence, looking at a guy who's very happy. So no, there's no purchase. There's no, unless what's his name? Phil. Unless Phil goes down there with his shop, there's no one will be buying stuff. You just go down with the cars. You're going to race it. That's that. So I think you can, there you go. Nice one for letting me know. I think you can go down there. You can either watch, you can have a race, whatever. And you won't, there's nothing there to buy other than maybe a tuck shop. So you'll be all right. You can get in and out unscathed. All right. So hot pick of the week. Definitely goes out to the Chapter 4 John Wick C4595 Plymouth Barracuda. That's really weird. Sorry, I just the numbers there resonate with me a little bit. Barracuda, which is in just amazing bit of car, really. And it did get a thumbs up from someone who's in the chat who's normally not a thumbs up kind of guy on film and TV cars. But this one really he did like, and I do too. It's got the real characteristics to it. I won't lie, I have taken it for a spin on the track, and it does handle really well. I might have broke the door off, but you know, that was all in the aid of giving it a good, robust testing. I drove it, smashed off the doors. Oh, behave yourself, Rob. How could you do this to me while I'm on air? Man alive. Make sure that you get the salt and pepper as well. Don't, you know, Rob, you're meant to be selling, not buying. Exactly. There you go. There you go. We've got a little bit of a sneak preview from Slot. Oh, he never does this. He slipped up. He slipped up, everyone. He's let us know what his next video is going to be. And I'll be watching that so I can copy it for my video. No. I'm doing something different, Dave. Don't panic. I can't wait to see what you come up with. Let's see then. So Plymouth Barracuda, it really is a good replication of the real deal. Really good. Now, is it here or is it by my track? I would show it to you guys. I have it, but it's by my track. Sorry, Marcus. Sorry, Simon. Don't worry, the video is going to be a whole lot of fun. But I should have shown it here. Missed the trick here. Damn, I missed the trick. Don't cancel me. Although saying that, going back to the earlier dialogue where I'm coming over to Margate for business, they'll probably cancel me just for that because I'm always in their office. Right, great fun on the track. Well done, Wick. Alrighty. So, right. There we go. Sent you a WhatsApp, Pete. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what we'll do. While I'm having a little look at the WhatsApp, let us tune in to this. Alrighty, that was nice. And I tell you what, so we had a look before. This is all going to work out absolutely perfect, right? Because we were having a look before, and I'm just got to go back to get this right. We had a look at this phenomenal shot here from Slotar, phenomenal shot of his garage, and then if you just tuned in, we were having a dissection of the new Scalextric car. Here, which was the Plymouth Barracuda, John Wick Chapter 4. John Wick is right up there in my sort of favourite film lists, just because, you know, if I watch a film, right, it's got to meet criteria. The criteria of a good film is there a helicopter chase, car chase, speedboat chase within 10 minutes? Is there a firefight, including hand grenades and rocket launchers, within 5-10 minutes? If it doesn't have that, it goes off, or I walk out, depending on whether Mrs. Brown chose the movie. I ain't got time for it. I'm wasting my life. If it's not going to entertain me like that, then it's out. John Wick, perfect. And the tempo of the film is full on throughout. Like, there's no time to be messing around with cups of tea breaks and toilet breaks. Yeah, literally watch it. It's like, and tell you what, right? Actually, instantly, I don't know why I thought of this, but one of the other films that does that, that's not car related, is Moulin Rouge. So if you never saw Moulin Rouge with Ewan McGregor and Nicole Kidman, totally random, I know. That has got some momentum to that film. It is full on, but not as full on as John Wick. So we had a look at the car. Then we had a look at, we saw Dave's garage. Dave's just sent into the show a little picture of John Wick at the garage. Who knew? So we'll have a little look at that, shall we? I'm sharing the wrong thing. Unbelievable. Aha, that's why. Right. Righto. There you go. Now I'm sharing the right screen. Check that out. No, I'm not sharing the right screen. Christ's sakes. There you go. Now I'm sharing the right screen. God, this is like calamitous. Albert's in the house. Hey, Albert. It's not the dog. It's who owns the dog. Well, I would say it's not the size of the dog in the fight. It's the size of the fight in the dog. Yeah, I'll let you work that one out, Albert. But how good does this look? Phenomenal. Phenomenal. Well done, Dave. Great work on that. That garage is going to be, it's going to be the butt of all photos now, isn't it, for the next 6 months? And we are there. Nice shot, mate. Very nice shot indeed. Right then, track focus. Let's do this. We are making good time this morning, track fans. And again, just a quick shout out to all those guys at North Staffs who are racing today. Well done, guys. Well done. Right then, let's have it. So, shot of the week. Got quite a few shot of the week. We had the Uber shot of the week already, Dave's Garage. Now we've got some interesting shots coming up. So I love this little van that Andy's built for Ruben to destroy. See, he's a good dad, isn't he? He just keeps making these things and Ruben keeps breaking them up. But that's the whole point of this race. These things are built to bash. And yeah, I like this. I like this a lot. It's nothing to do with the quality branding and sponsorship he's got going down the side of it. It's got the Sartorius, he's got Ruben, he's got mag fans, he's got track fans, he's got everyone going on. I know on the other side of this, he's got Ketch signs and print. Now, I tell you what, right, you guys, If you need anything printing, any banners made, signs made, table aprons made, go around your track, you've got to speak to Scotty Boy over at Ketch Signs, Ketch. He's got it going on down there. Really nice guy and fast turnaround as well. So Ketch Signs in Chelmsford, everyone, if you want something doing there. Top bloke. If you need to, let me know. I'll put you in touch with him. Otherwise, you can Google that. It's pretty good. He's a motorhead. So he's a petrol head. So if it's anything petrol related or electric petrol related, you are going to get his attention. So I couldn't speak highly enough of the fella. He's really helped me out from time to time. And if anyone needs that support, he's there for you guys too. Well done, Andy, on a great build. Now, if you weren't in bed still, sleeping it off, Scott does his stickers. There you go. See? There you go. Perfect. Hang on a second. Mum's in the house. Mum, how you doing? There she is. She's coming over to the UK in approximately T-minus 2 weeks, 14 days-ish. So be careful, everyone. I'm going to be in Southend. Hey, actually, Mum, just save me going through WhatsApp. What dates are you coming over again? Need to make a note of this. Because actually, oh my God, if it is next weekend, no, sorry, it's the Southend gig is in November. I was thinking if that is like that same weekend, that would be epic. Could do some drag racing on the Friday, see my mum on the Saturday, go slot racing on the Sunday. Complete ideal weekend. Anyway, let's get on with it. Cheers, Andy. Cheers, Ruben. Okay, right. Sorry, Tony. Sorry, mate. I'm really, really sorry. So this has come about. You remember earlier I was talking about the slot car community being the best thing on since sliced bread in the world. Well, it is. It is, right? Now, there's some people in the world who scratch build, which is... So some people in the world say they build slot cars. White kit building slot cars is sort of putting a kit together. When I say scratch building a slot car, I'm talking about getting a bit of metal and then sawing it and filing it and drilling it until you got the component that you need. So anyway, Tony was on the tools in the week. Check out this ridiculousness for detail assassination. He's only got a drill bit that's about 1 millimeter thick, drilling out the hole in a door handle so he can put a key detail in there. I mean, seriously, Tony, what is your secret to having eyesight able to see that detail at your age? Because, I mean, you are far older than me. I mean, literally years older than me. You're like a fossil. No. I'm only joking. And but no, this is what I applaud. People who go to the level of detail that Tibbs has gone to here. And there's other people like Slotar, there's Shotgun Dave, there's George at Area 51, there's Home Racing World, Harry, there's Nico, the slot car dude. There's really, so many people scratch building. I think Hughes Garage, Hughesy Shane, he's just scratch built his first ever car. But then you build the car, then you push the detail down like this. I mean, wow. And the reason that's right, we're all fossils, mate. We're all fossils. Yeah, Tony is. Now there's a compliment. Tony is a British Shotgun Dave. Yeah, that's it. It's the hobby. He's immersed in his hobby. He knows what he wants to do. I mean, it's like Rob Swift, take Swift slots. Now there's a guy. Yeah, he makes everything from scratch as well. But I've not. Yeah, he does some detailing. Misha, Michael Nemus, he's like this. He will literally do this sort of stuff, like millimeter size screws to go onto the wheel of the Bentley that he's making. The detail is incredible. Me, I think to myself, if I took this length of time, it's going to take 5 years to do a car. You know, Tony's got it down. He can do this stuff. But when I messaged him to say that Nico would facilitate his European import, apparently the ping on the phone, the bleep bleep, nudged him and messed up his work a bit. So I feel a bit guilty. And then he sent a picture of this, said, when you messaged me, it made me jump and I scratched it. I was like, ah! It was just visions of Tony throwing the drill bit across his workshop and steaming out outside in utter rage. I'm glad I live so far away from him. If you spent your life painting letters on bits of wood and not staring at a computer screen, you still have eyes that work properly. Exactly. Built the drill bit too. Yeah, he probably did. Yeah. Probably built that drill bit as well, Paul. That's funny. See you later, Nico. Take care of me, mate. Nico's out the door. Okay, right. Next shot of the week for Jamie Hodgkiss. Okay, now Jamie Hodgkiss, right? Hodgkiss. So Jamie, he is the provider of the last week and this week's intro shots. You know, the rally cars spitting up the dirt, all that. He is the guy. He's the guy who does those reels, they're called. But I had a look at this. Now, this is good. I love it. I love it when people show you a screenshot of two different views. So you can see how the track looks in different kind of lighting. And that's what you got here. Great shot, exactly. Rob is arguably one of the best slot mechanics I've seen. Yes, and welcome aboard, Ninko 1969. Yes, Rob is talented for sure. Talented engineer, and he's got a mind for it. He's got a brain for it. He understands, you know. I'll make this a 1.25 millimeters. I mean, who can see a quarter of a millimeter anyway? But he seems to have that down. The top scene looks rainy and great. Yeah, it does. Yeah. So I'll be honest with you. When I saw this, I thought the top image, sorry, was a real life shot. And I thought the bottom image was a replica of it. And the more I look at it, the more I think that it's imposed on AI. Well, I'm not sure. I thought the top was real and he'd replicated it on the bottom. But yeah, I don't know. What do you reckon? Is that real or AI at the top? Real or AI? I'm really torn on that. I initially thought it was real, but yeah, I think it is just an edited photo. But it looks cool as hell. AI. Right. Okay, cool. Well, moving on. Right, check this out, yeah? So, Lauren, as featured on the show before on Track Focus, he's not a regular, but he's going to become a regular, I think. Now, Yanto, this is in particular for Yanto, because Yanto is in the process of building a track with his family in his place, and he's got it going on against the wall, and just lost my train of thought. He's got it going on against the wall. So he's got a corner in a corner like this with the roof prevalent. Now, I know that his relative has done the artwork, has come around and painted the backdrop scenery. So, Albert, just the backdrop scenery in this photo is those black and white trees you can see on the wall. So in Yanto's place, his relative has come in and painted those up for him. And I noticed that he's got a white ceiling. Now, this is a cool image because it's done things with the ceiling. Let me show you another image because it's that cool. I'm not sure whether it's got like cotton wool or something else hanging down from the ceiling, but it gives it such a dimension of you feel immersed into that track because the roof, the walls, it's so encapsulating that you think that you're there. And he's even got an airplane like right down on the track. Just a great bit of kit. Laurent, this is a great concept. Very interesting indeed. You can see it here. It's got all backlit and everything. Yeah, interesting, says Paul. Oh, Anders is here. Check out Anders. How you doing, mate? You all right? We were just checking out Laurent's track. Looks epic. And I mean, on the left-hand photo here, yeah, on the left-hand photo, on the wall, on the right-hand side, you've got that kind of mystical castle as well. Yeah, this is good. This is good. Right. So we'll crack on. This is the next track from David Hilbebrandt. Now, this was sent in to me by Slot R. Thank you very much, Dave. He spotted the Suzuka track in HO format and 2 ovals. Phenomenal. Look at this. He's got resin in the middle of one of the ovals. But really nice, clean details. He's got a helipad there as well, I can see. And lots of branding on the walls. What's this going on here? Doug loves it. The painting on that scenery is amazing, top class. Yep, cool. I don't know whether you guys are looking at the Laurent track or this track, but the track on this is excellent. You've got just the right color clay for the ovals, the kind of reddy brown. It got saved by the Joe at the last time. We're going to talk about Joe in a minute. What do we reckon the lap time is on the smallest HO ever? It's got to be about a second because HO is super fast. Super fast. Steve is now thinking, why hasn't he got an oval? It's a head office layout. I was waiting for that. Well done, Daz. Well done. Yeah, there it is. That's clean and classy and non-distracting, says Ninko69. Yeah, I think you're right. And the nice thing about the way that he's built up the scenery is that you don't have any dead spots where you can't see the car, which is really useful when you've got it enclosed against the wall and you need to marshal, right? 1 second lapse until you fall over. Exactly. That's funny, Paul. And it's just a really, really nice bit of kit. I tell you who's coming up with a nice track at the moment, and that is Rob Sale. He's got a bridge in there. And I don't want to say bridge too many times in case we scare Bridgerton. Has anyone seen Keith talking of Bridgerton? No idea. But yeah, Brad's is talking sense. 50 laps in less than a minute. Absolutely. So thank you very much, Dave, for sending that one in. That was brilliant. If you do send something that is absolute genius, by the way, send it in. We'll get it on the show. And it doesn't matter if we've seen the track before. I think now, after 2.5 years of running the live sessions, we can be forgiven for maybe bringing a track or two back into Track Focus. And hell, anyway, we're all of an age that, let's face it, we're going to forget about it, aren't we? We can't even remember to put a pint of milk in the car on the way back from wherever for the missus. And as soon as we pull up, they go, did you get the milk? And you just turn around and walk out and buy it. And then when you get back, they go, what happened there? What did you do? And you sort of said, I left the milk in the car. Because it's a lot quicker just to walk out, get the milk, than to come back, than to stand there, give them a goddamn listening to over why you didn't get the milk and then have to waste time going and getting the milk. So you best just go get the milk, come back, then give them a damn listening to. Right, back on point, Pete. So next track is Kevin Sharp. Wow. So this is actually a modular track from Racetrack Scenics. I hope I've pronounced that right. And these are the guys over the pond that are doing CNC modular tracks that you can clip together. No effort needed. I do believe they offer a service where they can come and install it as well. I'm not sure on that. You might have to float that by them just to check. So just before I put my foot in it, don't quote me on that. But I really liked the lighting system on this, the way that the lights work, the fact that it's kind of purpley, kind of like that. And some nice scenery as well. You got the car dealership showroom going on there. There's an idea. And then the flow of the track looks really nice. It's got some technical sections up here with the kind of tight turns, but then you got some good speedway, straight speedway straight. So down there, have it. Yes. All info is on the website. There you have it. Last time I checked, it was super expensive. I don't know what you're talking about there, guys, but this was a nice track. So we've got 2 tracks from Slot Circuits, 2 tracks. So we'll do them, and then we'll do the hill climb, which is after that. Then we'll do some classifiers. And then I want to spend a couple of minutes talking to you about something that I watched last week on Show Me on Saturday morning slot cartoons. Saturday morning cartoons. Sorry, I always get that wrong. It's a bit like 1 in 32 strictly scale figures. Boom, got it right first time. Have it. Okay, let's go. First track is Slot Circuits. Just make sure I get the volume right on this. Here we go. D slot 1. Nice little flow to this track, isn't it? Very nice little flow. Look at it, it's going round, bit of drift on there. And this is this guy makes tracks, I believe, and he's got a load of them. He puts them out on Facebook. Bang! D slot number 2. I'm not saying anything here. There's another D slot, so we'll watch it again. While we just talk around the flow of the track and how it works. So it's quite a small and compact track by the look of it. So you've got to think, if you're 1 in 32 scale car, there's 3 of them right there on that middle bit of the track. So that's your sort of barometer. That's quite small. That is quite small. I think that then if you want a track that you can like hoist up to the ceiling, like Slot Car Daddy. How you doing, Ted? SCD, Ted. I miss those guys. Old Ted and old Delion. Wonder what he's up to. Yeah. Come on, bring it back. The talking slot heads. Was that their... Where's Slot Crew? Yeah, it's talking slot heads. That's right. But that is a good bit of kit from Slot Circuits. So while we're talking about Slot Circuits, I'll pop on his other track because this is really interesting. Really like this track. It's quite fun. It's snow and ice, baby. We've got it going on the ice track. Now this track and track before was sent in this week by Daz Hall, who spotted this. This looks like a bit of fun actually. Does it affect the electrics on the track if you have this sort of snow or this sort of effect? Will this sort of thing, obviously it's dry snow, so it's sort of like powdery stuff. Will that damage any of the electrics or any of the car? Will it damage the car? I don't know. How does that work? Let's play that again. These are only quick snips, must admit, but it gives you an idea it's quite nice, these rolling clips of track focus, because not only do you get to see the track, but you get to see the flow of someone driving the car around. No one tell Mark Petch that there's a naked white kit on the track, because he'll be having that off to hang on a second. That's not naked. That's got a spray job. Someone sprayed the spoiler on it. Man, you've got to finish the car. You can't just spray the spoiler. Yeah, I get it, kids watching. And ice and sugar or flour, yeah. Or I tell you what's flaky and is wallpaper paste powder before you mix it up. That is all like big flakes and flecks and stuff. I've got some of it because I've just done a couple of wallpaper walls in the basement here, as you know. And yeah, that is ice and sugar or flour. Yeah, I think something lighter, maybe some sort of paper like confetti. If you do confetti, that would be it. It's just sort of trying to find something that's not sticky, that's gonna possibly stick to the bottom of your track. Because if you've got ice and sugar, being the baker that I am, if you leave it out, it will become, the humidity in the air will create a sticky layer on it. So yeah, it's a tricky one, that. Pretty tricky one, to be fair. Right, so we'll watch this one come round to the finish here on its final lap-ish, and then we'll remove that, and we've got a great new track coming up from whoever's. I'm in Malton. We'd use the sea salt here. There you go. Sea salt. Love it. Concentration levels 10 million. Maldon, my favorite salt. Really? Daz, I'm not putting that on the screen. Scarface's track. Yeah, exactly. All I have in this world are two things: my balls and my word, and I'm break them for nobody. That was actually that sample. This was Steve SPB is going to resonate with this. That sample was actually used by DJ Hype on one of his tunes in the 90s on a True Players anthem. What a track. What a track. All right, so we've got one more. One more! I hear him calling at the back. So, one more! We'll get rid of that one. Here we go. And now in super slow-mo. It's the Abarth. The Abarth attacking the hill climb. Wow. This thing is mega. Now, does this remind anyone of Magnetic Racing's track for the last few years at the Whitgaden Slot Festival or the Goodwood Revival? This is like the hill climb that they brought, which they elaborated, and they had the bottom bit and the top bit. So good. So good. Bring back the hill climb. We missed the hill climb. It was so good for the time trial for the exhibitions. So good. Awesome. Okay, let's get rid of that one now. So take that out. So there you have it. That was the Mount Stromlo hill climb. Thank you ever so much for the share, guys. So a little bit of a funny. And this is the problem you got, Albert. If you're into slot cars and you start to drive, you're gonna You know, he says you get pulled over and then you go up to the cop and you say, yeah, what's the problem, officer? All I did was buy a slot car. And then the police feels your collar and says it all starts innocently with that first slot car purchase. Then you become obsessed and buy way more cars than you'll ever use. You've been warned. No, that's about right. I wish someone showed me this meme. Warren, if you're still watching, my friend, this is your meme. Pay attention to this, because otherwise it's all going to go pear-shaped. You're going to have no money and a lot of slot cars. That's what you're going to have. But just moving into a few classifieds. So obviously there's deals, steals, tariffs, skullduggery going on in the world at the moment. So if you want to stop the world and get off for 10 minutes, there's a 10% discount with Magnetic Racing. Get your gear there. They have got the best stuff. They've got figures, scenery, all of it's going on. And it's just, you know, tune into my members streams, which will be changing soon, as you know. But we're building the Dunlop, no, not Dunlop Bridge. We're building the bridge. That's all I'm going to say about the matter. Firestone Bridge. There you go. So you can have a look at that. You can have a look at Tara's shop. We saw her merchandise before in the first advert of the show. I just love this. This resonates with me. UK Slot Car Festival being graffitied up onto the garages there, or garages. The garage. Got that one there. And then, of course, we did a little feature on raceroomextras.com because the competition last week was won by Steve SPB Slots and couldn't have gone to a nicer home indeed. We're really looking forward to seeing what that's about. I think he said he's going to do a little video on it, but we'll see. Time will tell. And just a quick comment on that track that we saw, the hill climb. It's an R1. It's an R1. It's an R1, says Daz. And interestingly enough, Rob was looking for some R1s a few weeks ago. Clearly, Mount Strombo has got them all. And of course, my right-hand man, Jamal. Look at that. And it looks just like it does in the picture on the t-shirt. Really good merch. And Jamal was involved in an RTA recently, which is why he's a little bit quiet. Speedy recovery, my friend. RTA Albert is road traffic accident. Jamal drives for a living. And when you have an RTA, you've obviously got issues because you need to drive to work. Sorry, I was distracted there. I was just looking here. I've moved some stuff off the shelf to the office that's still not done. And I've got some space now to create. I got Daz's face in the way to do something with. So watch that space. Richie has popped in to say hi at NASCAR in Vegas this weekend. What? Well, good one, mate. I hope you have a good time down there. It's NASCAR. Yeah. Goodbye, Mum. See you, Nan. Says Albert. See you, Mum. Bye, Mum. Bye, Nan. Bye, everyone. Call them RTC now, Pete. Road traffic collisions or road traffic crashes. I don't know. But anyway, Jamal's there. He's got his merch going on. Slot Cars of Atlanta.com. And then, I'm not finishing the show yet. Slotcarmagazine.co.uk is the place to go to get the best magazines in the house. Now, I've got my magazine right here. So let's bring that up on the screen. That is the end of the slide. So we'll get rid of them. This is the current one. Look. There you go. So you're covering 1 in 24, 1 in 32. You got it all going on. Competition, entries, giveaways, which I am not allowed to enter. Damn it. Damn writing a piece for this a couple of years ago. I shouldn't have wrote that article. If I didn't write the article, I could be in the competition. They'd never let me win anyway. Well, to be fair, if I won the competition, I'd probably relay the competition on this show. But I've got to take a moment and talk to you about what, and I applaud you. There's going to be information on this coming through thick and fast in the next few weeks as we get beta testing underway. Now, the team over at Show Me Slot Cars, Iris Carrera, and Rahul, and all of those guys. Well, Rahul will step out of this in the acknowledgements, but mainly Joe and Pete at Show Me Slot Cars and Iris Carrera, respectively, have come up with some genius new software, computer stuff. So me, Rob, Daz, forget it. But they've come up with this thing, right? And it is going to literally revolutionize how you race slot cars across the world. Now, moving on, they've just changed the Overton window completely and utterly, and for the better. I'm literally not worthy to... What the hell? You've come up with this idea. Right. Okay. So I'm going to need you to take a moment to get your heads around this, which is why I've left it to the end of the show, because it's mind blowing. And I don't want to go into this because it might take a moment. So he explained it to how it works in the late last week. Then I watched how they described it on the show on Saturday last week. Go to Iris Carrera's channel. Go to live streams, watch Show Me Slot Cars. Sorry, Saturday Morning Car Tunes is the name of the show, and watch it. Now, I'll touch on that in a minute. So, in the meantime, what they've done is they've created... I won't go into the technical side of it because I don't understand it, but they've created a software that allows you to race against your friend anywhere in the world. As far as I have it, you've got to have the same track. So you all must be using Carrera, or you must be using Scalextric, or you must be using Polycar. So they all use Carrera. So for them, it was what it's based on. I do believe this is coming. Now that they've got this developed, they've tested it. We're beta testing it for Carrera at the moment, which they're doing to the end of the year. Then they're going to launch the different track varieties, and there'll be more announcements on how that's going to be launched, where that's going to be launched, and who's helping to launch that. So not saying too much at the moment on the other variants of this software, but right now just think Carrera, but replace Carrera with your own track so you can get the concept. Now, here's the thing. Let's just say Slot R, Daz Hall, me, and Fox and Walls have a Carrera track, but they're all different sizes, right? Because we've got different layouts. So we all got different size tracks. So to race each other, we can't get comparative lap times because we have different length of tracks. So track length is important. The second thing we can't quantize is our cars, because we might have different cars. So, we can use the same cars, but they might have been modified. Slot R will modify his cars. I won't. I'll just have them out of the box. So you've got length of track, you've got cars being used. Okay, really straightforward so far. Everyone's got different tracks, everyone's got different level of modified cars. So the concept of the software is it allows you to go enter the pieces of your track, so it calculates the length of your track, right? So you put in, my track is 10 meters long, then Slot R goes, my track is 5 meters long. But if you've got lots of R1 corners, your track is more complicated. It's more technical. And if Slot R is running an oval, his is more simple. So the software will basically, not to get too complicated, it will look at that track and look at that track, and it will say, that's much more difficult than that track. So to make the race even, because you're racing against each other on different length tracks across the world, you will have to do 1 lap, and Dave, to get the same difficulty and experience and length, you will have to do 500 track lengths because it's a straightforward oval. So that will bring your timing to a relative number. So the software, the algorithm, it takes your big track, your little track, it tells you, you have to do 2 laps, you have to do 15 laps. So it tells you what laps you've got to do to be competitive with each other. And then going into the cars, yeah, you got it. You would enter in there, has it got magnet? Have you modified it? I won't go too further into it, but you put in different things. Not complicated. I've watched this demo last week on the website. It's on the live stream, and I understood it. It was well presented by Peter and Joe. Well done, guys. So then you've got this thing where now I can race Joe and Rahul in Canada, and Pete in America, and Nico in Austria, and Fox and Walls in Australia, and whoever else, wherever else. And we can be competitive using the cars and the tracks that we have without having to standardize something and waste time and be frustrated, because we all know that Rahul likes to, you know, embellish the truth on these things. I'm joking, brother. How cool is that? So the last couple of years, Rahul had been running, and now Joe runs the GRL, the Global Racing League. Now that was great because it gave everyone remotely the chance to race each other lap times, but you had to build the same track to race on, and you weren't limited to your cars. So you could tune a car up and race it and it was fine. Whereas this track allows you to become really, the algorithm makes it fair, is what I'm trying to say. Oh, hang on. Did I just see Bridgerton turn up? No. Yeah, see that comment there, Dave? That basically means absolutely naff all to me. I mean, the last time I saw an Adorino was when I watched Rocky, when he was like, Adriano! Adriano! As he'd been knocked 10 bells out of him. So, yeah, there you go. No, you don't need the same layout. You don't. So I said to them, when I saw it on Saturday last week, I said, this is great. I got a Carrera track. I have a Carrera track. So technically I could go and set a Carrera track up in here, really small one, and I can still race, you guys, because albeit my one's smaller, the computer will tell me will look at the difficulty of what I've set up and the length of it and say, compared to your track, Daz, I need to do 10 more laps than you to be on a level standing. It's really weird how it works it out, but it does it all for you. It's amazing idea. It's once they've ironed it out and they've kinked it out by beta by the end of the year, they're then going to launch it as an app or whatever. I believe it's an app now. It will be a fundable, chargeable service because they have to buy server space to stick the software on and enough power to serve everyone. Well, to be fair, there is a limit to how much you would do for the love of the hobby and the community, and then there is an actual need to have money to buy slot cars with, so you do kind of need to charge for a service sometimes. For me, for the last couple of years, it's been about paying for the streaming software. So you have to pay monthly for this streaming software. You have to pay monthly for this and that and the other and stuff that enable you to do a good job. So this is well worth it. They're not refined the price, but I do know they're literally just doing it for the cost of the servers. Now, if this is when this is successful, over the next few months, couple of months to January. Then they're going to roll it out, globally available, but I believe for the other tracks as well. So when that happens, obviously being a Scalextric overlord, I will bring you more information on how it works and how it goes together, because I will be absolutely involved in the beta testing of that one. Right then, so that is mind-blowing. I tell you what, it really doesn't. I know Dave says that it's quite easy to achieve, but it is if you're a brainiac and you understand all of that stuff. Yes, I suppose. Yeah. They did. Yeah. Who wrote the software? Shakespeare. Wherefore art thou, Shakespeare? Pete did. He's a reasonable coder. Okay. Yeah. Well, to be honest with you, right, that Peter, if you're watching this, that is about as good as it gets as a comment from Dave Slot. Oh, that means you are pretty freaking good at coding. I'm going to do I was going to do a winter series on making something like this, but I've shelved that now. Lol. There you go. Well, you've got bigger fish to fry, Dave. So I know what you're up to. Anyway, there you go. Wow, my word. We tipped over 2 hours. I never think we'll make 2 hours. And there you go. Still gassing away, having a great time. So then let's do some wrapping it ups. North Staffs on the track already. They're well into practice, probably looking at the game race starting in about 25 minutes. You've got no chance of getting in if you're late now. Janu, good luck, mate, today. Smash it up. Tell all the guys from Rockingham, particularly Sean, that they're going down. No, I'm only joking. Good luck to all the riders and racers over at North Staffs today. It is the final of the UK GT3 Championship. And well done. Good luck, Janu. Good luck, everyone, if you're racing around the country today. If you're pottering around, good luck. Have a good day to you guys. Enjoy whatever you're doing, and I'll see you I'll see you next week on Sunday Slotcast Sessions. That's me, Pete Brown. I will say goodbye in the usual fashion. Albert, are you ready to rattle the rafters? See you later. Track 5!